Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, there is a cancer that plagues our society and tears at the fabric of our families, and that cancer is domestic violence. In my opinion, it is one of the most damaging behaviors in modern society because it takes a place that is supposed to be a place of love and turns it into a prison of pain. It replaces trust with terror and safety with suffering. It's a place where people are supposed to thrive because of the love that they experience, but instead they struggle just to survive. Domestic violence is a scar that goes far deeper than a physical wound. And for many, it can invoke an existence that's consumed with fear. Especially horrifying within the acts of domestic violence, within that spectrum, is strangulation. The idea that someone who's supposed to love you and care for you would enter into your personal space so close that you can actually feel their breath on you, and that at the same time that they would squeeze your neck and take the very breath from you that gives you life. Madam Speaker, those who would be willing to do that, it's not about a momentary loss of control. It's about control itself. It's a way that those abusers can hold on to somebody and tell them, I hold your very life in my hand, and if you cross me in any way, I will snuff it out. Madam Speaker, these tormentors are creative, unfortunately, and they've found ways around our current laws. In my years in work in residential treatment with children and even with some young adults, I heard story after story about how people endured this sort of torture. And I remember one child specifically who told me how his father would come up to him, place his forearm on his chest, stare him in the eyes, and just put the force of his weight on top of him, pressing his life out so that he couldn't speak because he couldn't muster a breath to even call for help. And this went on year after year after year. But this abuser knew that if he pushed on the chest, that he could strangle this child without leaving a single mark on his neck. Unfortunately, our current laws have not served to deter this sort of abuse. And that's why we have this bill today. We want to tell people that we take this seriously, that we're here to protect people from this sort of abuse. And I believe that that's what this bill does. This bill expands the definition of strangulation to include pressure on the chest. So there's no way around it. And then it says strangulation in of itself in a domestic violence situation is going to be a felony, pure and simple. And that we're going to prosecute it at that level. Madam Speaker, this bill is designed to protect women, children, and any other vulnerable person who's been trapped in one of these situations. It's our opportunity to say, we're here to help, we're listening, we're here to protect you. That's what I believe this bill does, and that's why I request your support today. Thank you, Madam.